queen to heal my the queen's partner. That queen unfortunately does fall, so I am left with one queen. He does get that queen kill, but he is paying due respects to me as far as witnessing that queen heal. These 4 zealots now have access to my back door, not microing inside my base just yet. Switching to production, let's see what the players have up their sleeves. I'm continuing to make Hydralisks, and I'm now finally trying to grab my natural expansion. Just coming up on 12 minutes here in this replay. At this point I have no upgrades, I only have speed upgrades. This Overlord is holding position, now going to be flying away. My speed upgrade is done for the Overlords, although they're not generating any creep. Finally now generating that creep. Going to be helping these Hydralisks a great deal, getting a few free hits on these Zealots. That one Hydralisk is falling to the phase disruptors of those Stalkers. 4 Hydralisks now using those spines to snipe out that Zealot. Warp Gate technology is finally ready from Racist. He is throwing down 3 more gateways, so finally he's trying to catch up with his macro. He's having trouble spending though, yeah, he's got 3,000 minerals, so certainly I'm not doing too much better, sitting at about 800 minerals. I need to try to liquidate that. I'm actually gas starved simply because Racist has been denying this expansion for so long. But what I need to do is I need to pump Zerglings to liquidate these minerals. No reason that Racist should have this many minerals, no reason that I should have this many minerals. So both players struggling to keep up with their economy, although I have been gas starved once again. Lots of warp gates in play for Racist. His economy is struggling, however, as you guys can see for yourselves. Finally now popping out some Zerglings, moving up these spine crawlers to my natural position. I have to be careful not to leave this position too exposed. Looks like I am sending this one spine crawler over there to that southern end. So it looks like I now have 2 attack groups. It's possible though that I just have forgotten about these units for the time being though. They're going to be watching my front door, whereas these units are going to be waiting outside my base. No no range upgrade for my Hydralisks as of yet. No armor or damage bonus either. Dropping that infestation pit as well, so I really need to get operating off of these 2 extractors, which I now am only starting to create. That being said, I have a large ball of Hydralisks. They're going to be rallying into the middle. 3 robotics facilities from Racist, so he doesn't know what to do to try to get rid of these minerals. He needs to warp in, he needs to first of all drop lots of psi, or pylons in other words, and then he just needs to liquidate all these minerals on Zealots, if he's having as much trouble with his minerals. He does have 500 gas now, so he could even drop a robotics bay and throw out Colossus or even Immortals really, but he needs to get some sort of presence in this map. He has completely lost map control. These Zerglings right now in the Hydralisks are going to be meeting these Stalkers in the middle of this Blistering Sands map. No battle taking place just yet in between these 2 Zelnaga watchtowers, although Racist does have this tower inhabited by that Stalker. He knows exactly what's going on. He sees my Hydralisks, sees that there's no upgrades on them. Still don't have that range upgrade, although now I can afford it. If I had made better use of hotkeys, I may have hotkeyed this Hydralisk den, and I may have known to upgrade that sooner. But regardless, these unupgraded Hydralisks are going to be pushing Racist's backdoor. Those Zerglings taking a lot of hits from those Stalkers, and these Stalkers are simply going to be very overwhelmed. My second expansion is now up and running. Now it looks like all that Racist has left is a bunch of Stalkers, and he's now also supply lock. I don't know if these Stalkers can repel these Hydralisks. It's going to take some micro. Racist trying to do some micro of his own with his Stalkers, but I don't know if it was that successful. Considering that Hydralisks are somewhat of a hard counter to Stalkers, and that the army count was about the same in that exchange, yeah, I'm going to win that battle quite easily. I shouldn't be focusing this Nexus, now switching to those probes. I'm saying that this comment is just indicating that I thought that Racist was going to overwhelm me with those Zealots, but Racist now dropping a bunch of pylons down here. I don't know what he's trying to prove with that. I actually have a Zealot Changeling in the base of Racist. Pulling back with these Hydralisks now. Oh, he has actually got 3 Immortals in play. This guy with 2 health, quickly taking that out. These Immortals not being microed properly at all. Looks like they're just going to try to rush my base, but I don't think that was the correct decision. Ooh, 2-shotting that Infestor. So at least that Immortal did something productive before he met his demise. Finally operating off of a decent amount of gas right now. Have not researched, still no Hydralisk range. A huge error from the Zerg player right here. But it seems like Racist is trying to counterattack by just simply catching me out of position, and for the time being it's working. He's warping in a bunch of units to this southern pylon location. This spine crawler is actually, there's no creep for it to root on. That's a misplay on my part, losing that spine crawler for sure. But right now these Hydralisks, and a few Zerg speedlings I should say, are going to flank these stalkers. That Hydralisk being microed pretty well. That remains with 1 HP, now finally getting taken down. And these Hydralisks now will be able to take down these stalkers no problem. Once again, still no upgrades on either my Infestor Pit or my Hydralisk Den. Bunch of Overlords now with my main attack group going to be spawning some creep for extra movement speed. Making good use of this high grass here to deny any vision of those stalkers. Not that it would matter. Taking a look at the units in play, or the army size rather. My army size completely trumps Racists. As of this point in Starcraft 2, it's just going to be a steamroll, I would imagine. I finally have that one Carapace upgrade. I also have an Infestor here to buffer my main attack force. No Neural Parasite research just yet. I think it was in patch 11, or could have been patch 10. Probably patch 11 that made Neural Parasite require an upgrade. Starting to saturate this hatchery fairly decent. Using this ball of Hydralisks to just get some more map control for myself. Probably waiting until these infestors have enough to cast fungal growth, and then when they do, I imagine I will be crashing Racist front door. Racist has finally been able to finally taking out those changelings that this Overseer has been creating. Now finally crashing these warp gates. What I was trying to say earlier though is Racist has finally managed to liquidate his mineral account and his gas count, but it's too late in the game at this point. There was too long in this game. Racist was sitting on about 3,000 minerals, and he just really didn't have any army to show for his efforts. Dropping that one infested swarm egg to gain vision of this high ground. Seeing that there's nothing there, I'm just going to simply right-click into Racist space, going to be focusing at this forge and that cybernetics core, and Racist truthfully admitting that his micro really did slip in this game. He has managed to get this kamikaze force of zealots and immortals into my base. They are going to meet with these 4 Hydralisks, but immortals are in fact immortal, and they will be wading through those Hydralisks no problem. So I'm not too concerned though. All these production buildings are unpowered, and yellow is simply not mining off of anything. So yeah, Racist. He's a good player, but well, he's a decent player. I won't go as far to say that he's an expert at this point, but he is learning, and at least he recognizes the fact that he was having trouble spending his minerals. At this point, it's just up to me to either pull back my main attack force to take care of these immortals, or simply pump Hydralisks. That one spine crawler doing some damage to these immortals. Finally, that one immortal goes down. We have 1 immortal remaining in my base. These drones forced a long distance mine. I could probably use this queen and these drones to just simply swarm that immortal. I'm not too concerned. I now have an army of infested Terrans,